Okay, so have you ever like thought about ditching the whole 9 to 5 thing?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Yeah, you're just being your own boss.
Yeah,
I mean, who hasn't, right?
absolutely.
So that's what we're going to deep dive into today, and we're going to see how doable that really is. We're
Cool.
looking at The $100 Startup by Chris Guillebeau.
Okay.
And it's a pretty intriguing book. It basically says
Mm.
you don't need like a ton of money or even an MBA to start a business and actually make a profit.
So you're telling me you don't need like a huge loan or
Yeah,
years of business school to get
exactly. You
going?
don't need a trust fund. You don't
Have that.
need to go into debt.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
That is cool.
And one of the things I found really cool about this book is it says that a lot of us, we already have like skills that we could actually turn into a business.
Oh, that's so
I
true.
just don't always see them that way.
Absolutely. And I think that's what's so fascinating about Guillebeau's approach. He really dismantles a lot of those like common startup myths. Like you were saying, he
Hmm.
basically says that we all have these valuable skills
Hmm.
that could be making us money, but we just haven't figured out, how to connect them to the market yet.
Yeah, it's not like we have to go out and learn some crazy new skill.
Right.
It's more like looking at what we already know how to do,
Exactly.
but through like a business lens.
I love that a business lens.
Right.
So it's really about that sweet spot,
Yeah.
finding that intersection between something you're passionate about and something that's actually useful to other people.
Okay, I like that. So passion and usefulness.
Yeah, exactly. Like, let's say you're really into photography.
Okay.
I mean, you might not think of that as like a business opportunity right away,
Yeah.
but maybe you could teach other people how to edit photos or sell presets, those like pre-configured editing settings,
Right.
or even, host online workshops.
That makes total sense. But how do you know if people will actually like pay for your passion?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the question, right?
yeah.
Well, Guillebeau has a really practical method for figuring that out.
Okay.
He calls it micro-testing, and it's all about like testing your idea fast, and if it fails, failing fast.
Okay.
And the beautiful thing is you can forget about those like massive business plans.
Yeah, I hate those.
They're so
Oh,
intimidating.
I know.
He says just start with a one-page outline of your idea and then find like 5 to 10 people who might be interested
Okay.
and offer them your product or service.
Like a little sample group.
Exactly. It's a trial run.
Got it.
You see if they're actually interested and, more importantly, if they're willing to pay for it.
So it's like dipping your toes in the water before you jump in the pool.
Exactly. You don't want to just like cannonball into something without knowing if there's any water in there.
True.
So in the book, Guillebeau actually shares this great story about a woman who started a dog walking business this way.
All right, cool.
Yeah, she just put up some flyers in her neighborhood, got a few clients, and boom, she had a business.
Wow, just like that.
I know, right?
So simple.
It's all about testing and validating that idea.
Yeah, so let's say your test goes well and you're like, okay, I'm ready to do this.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's still this like fear factor.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, what if I'm not fully ready? What if I don't have every single detail of my plan figured out?
Right. You can get stuck in that planning phase forever.
Totally.
And I think that's where Guillebeau's emphasis on action really comes in. He says a lot of people get trapped. They're constantly tweaking their plan,
Mm-hmm.
but they never actually launch. And he's like, look, execution. That's often what separates those who are successful from those who just dream about it.
It's like that saying, ready, aim, aim, aim. And then you never actually shoot.
You got it. And there's real power in taking that first step, even if it's not perfect.
Yeah.
You learn so much more by doing than just by thinking about it.
So true.
And then once you start around it, you get that momentum.
Yeah.
And that keeps you going.
So for someone listening who's like totally inspired right now,
Yeah.
what are the biggest takeaways from the $100 Startup?
Well, I think the most important one is that you don't need a ton of money or a perfect plan to get started.
Mm-hmm.
It's really about focusing on a skill you already have, finding a way to make it useful to others, and then just taking action.
Okay, so skill, usefulness, action.
Exactly. And don't forget to test your idea.
Right.
Learn from that feedback and just keep moving forward.
It's honestly kind of empowering to think about. Like,
Yeah,
anyone could start a business if they've got a good idea and they're willing to put in the work.
absolutely anyone can do it.
That's amazing.
So I want to leave you with this question.
Okay.
What skill or hobby could you turn into a business?
Ooh, I like that.
What is it that you're good at that other people might be willing to pay for?
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to dust off that old guitar, revive those baking skills,
Right, yeah.
or share your knack for organization with the world.
Yeah, what's stopping you?
Exactly.
That's a good question for everyone out there.
What are you waiting for? Go out and make it happen.
Thanks for joining us today for this deep dive. It was
Yeah.
really interesting.
Yeah, this was awesome.
Until next time.
See ya.
Bye.